water hammer or something came through. But nevertheless, that's going to be the other side. Or somehow the inner waterways got jeopardized and we had a pit or something come through. But that would be a trickle phenomenon. Okay? Anything else? So that's a manual. Troubleshooting, we've kind of gone through that. I'm going to show, before I get into the full sensors product, I'm going to show one product here that's quick and easy to convert a manual valve into a sensored flush valve. The reason we have sensors is because we're in a generation and a time frame where a lot of the public does not want to touch anything in the public restroom. Okay? If we have control in your own restroom, you know the cleaning process, you kind of know who's using it, you might not want it. But if you go to a public facility, you have no idea who was just there, you'd really not touch anything, so hence sensor, hands-free. One quick and easy way to take a urinal or a water closet flush valve and turn it into a sensored product is this right here, and it's what we call the over the handle. See this little saddle? I can take this and slip it right over the outside of the handle, push it on, and it's got a band resistance screw in the back, or Allen wrench basically, but it's hidden. So for the most part, it's locked on here. Now when the user doesn't want to touch anything, it's got infrared and 4C batteries in here that's going to go ahead and give a little motor, and it'll push the handle in and trigger the flush. Manual override is, okay, I'm going to go ahead and touch it, I'm going to hit it, you're going to do a manual flush anyway by hitting it that way. Or worst case scenario is if somebody came in with a baseball bat and beat the heck out of it, take it off and you got the manual handle still underneath it. So therefore, the restaurant owner on Saturday night when the place is full and he can't get a hold of you all, and he's got a valve that's down or got beat up, somebody probably will be able to explain to him to take that off of there. He's got a manual valve left. Okay? So that's an easy one. These take a little bit more, but you might have, some of you had some of these that have been popular for a long time. They're good and they can be frustrating, no doubt about it. So we'll talk about a little bit of what goes on there. First of all, to retrofit, you take the handle off. The retrofit kit is going to come with a little cap. It's going to, the cap and a washer that goes on the handle where we took the handle off. And we're going to have a diaphragm that looks like this. Okay? So it's got this little post up here. And it's got a relief valve. That's what this is. It's a little bit different than the manual valve, but that's going to be a flush determiner to determine how much volume we have along with the refill head at the bottom of it. So it's very similar to the manual Royal, other than the fact that it's got this probe on the top. So to convert it, we're going to have it, we set this on here, we got our cap on here, we put this assembly together, turn our stop back on, we should be up and running. So it's pretty easy all in all. Okay? One of the little tricks I'm going to tell you though is because this right here is on a little piece of surgical tubing. If we put this on here dry and we set this on here and locked it on, chances are that didn't go up inside of there. So then what happens is you did what you thought you were supposed to do, seal it up, we turn our water on, you trigger the flush and it barely flushes any water at all. Now that you've been through this, you're going to know that that didn't happen. So as a fail-safe, I'll pass this one around, you're going to see two little dog ears down at the bottom of this assembly. If you pinch those in, you'll be able to pull this out. Now you can take and push it into the bottom of the base plate. And once it's locked in there, now we can take the diaphragm, push it back through till it clicks. Now set the whole thing down, and we lock it on. Okay. Now we know that that was set up inside of there the way it's supposed to, and you'll get your proper flush cycle. Okay. So basically now That's how we retrofit. If you had a new one, you'd kind of put the thing together the same way. Now we're going to talk about things that don't work so right with this thing. How they work. So how they work is this unit, once we pull this button up, there's a little plastic that came on the button in the first place, it starts sending a signal out. This beam of infrared goes out a specific distance, and when we have something in front of it for a period of 10 seconds or more and break that reflection, when that break of reflection is going to tell the module to open the solenoid and do what we did with the handle. Okay? So the beam of infrared goes out. If we reflect it back in for 10 seconds or more, break the reflection, module tells solenoid open, and away we go. Okay? Flush cycle. Pretty easy. I mean, except the fact that, you guys have some brighter shirts, and a lot of service people have dark blue. Dark blue doesn't show the dirt as much, but it's the least reflective. So your bright green versus the dark blue here is going to have total different reflective capabilities, right? So you might be working on one stall, and you're over working another one doing the same type of thing, and yours isn't working. And it's not because it could be because it's not working, but it's more likely it's because it's not getting the reflection back into this for a specific time frame. Okay? So that being said, we're troubleshooting, we're there because, again, we're not there because it's working right, we're there because somebody complained about it. And an owner, a manager, somebody in that facility, chances are they didn't go through this training class, they just know they spent a little bit extra money for this thing, they want to work 100% of the time. Well, due to dark clothing and personal habits, sometimes you might be standing too far back, or you got dark colored clothing on. Sweaters are worse than anything else because they absorb the light. Therefore, he's getting the residue left in the bowl or worked on them, and all of a sudden he's saying, hey, I got to get you guys down here because this thing's not working. So the first thing you do on one of these is not working or report it not working. You take a white piece of paper, paint it in white, so we're not trusting any colors. So this would work 10 inches in front of it for 10 seconds. After 10 seconds, pull it out of the way, make sure you're not standing there, and if it works, the complaint was dark clothing. Because these either do or don't work, for the most part. So that's just kind of a fail-safe to get things started. 10 seconds in front of the module, 10 inches away, so 10, 10. After that 10 seconds, get out of the way, flushes, we know that's a problem. The problem with dark clothing, okay? So we do that, we hit the button, there's no flush, there's nothing. So the one thing we, again, have to take a look at and make sure we got water. So part of this process is we're in troubleshooting, we're going to take and pull the valve apart. This versus a manual valve, on a valve run-on condition, is almost never the diaphragm. Because again, this is back to a filtered diaphragm, so we were used to getting into the diaphragm to fix that before. Now what we do is we actually take, well, first of all, as we dissect this little rascal, and we take this cap off, if we take this cap off, and when we do, we instantly see a red light start blinking, that's our signal to know that somebody hit this push button too hard, and then a little magnet fell down on the inside and put the unit to sleep. Because if you take this off and the red light comes on, that means it just woke up, just like it came out of the box brand new, and now do your 10-second test, guaranteed it'll flush. Then you know that that was the problem. So as we're eliminating things or trying to find the rotten egg, again, taking this cap off, we see this since we're standing in front of it, gosh, it's turned red. I remember talking about that. Try your 10-second rule, get out of the way. If it flushes, that was the problem. And as simple as taking a new push button kit, putting that on, and away you go. Okay? That's probably about 30% of the problems that are out there on a valve that won't operate. Okay? More often than not, if I was to take a percentage, it's more often dark clothing, push button, and then dead batteries. So kind of in that, depending on how long it's been used. Batteries, the 4 AA batteries are on average 3 to 4 years before they need to be changed. So again, we're going through our process, that's what you look at, right? So, in today's era, you've got a module here. At the bottom of it is going to be a little road map that tells you plus and minus on the battery. As we take that door off and dump them all out and go, what do we do here? Here's the solenoid. This is what's going to open and close. And when it's working properly, after 10 seconds, I pull my hand away. We should, if you listen carefully, you're going to hear 2 clicks. This bag's not dead. So those 2 clicks, we call it the click clunk. If you're not hearing those, we're not sending the right signal through. If you hear it, or if it's very weak, we know more likely batteries are dying. We're not really retracting that probe. But that's what you want to hear in this type of flush valve, click, clunk. You want that 2 distinct clicks because that's the retraction of the probe and closing back down again. Okay? If it's doing that and it's still running all the time, then we're going to have this situation. So this unscrews counterclockwise. This is a little bit harder to see, but that piston on the end of it is what goes back and forth. That's what snapped here a minute ago when it triggered, right? What you don't know, and you didn't see until this class, is the nose cone is still stuck inside of here. Okay? Now it's a full opening. And if I was taking into account a valve run-on situation, I'd take this out, I'd make sure the nose cone came out, and then I'd crack the stop open and blast the water and the debris through those 2 little ports right there. Okay? In a valve run-on on this flush valve, 99% of the time, it's debris, full of debris because it's coming up from right there. Okay? But you got to know that this came apart. So you basically pick that out of there before the water shot it out and put it down the fixture, because at 99% of the time that's where it's going to end up, is down the bottom of that hole. And then you're going, now we're screwed. So basically when it does that, if you carefully put it back in here, you're going to be able to just fasten it back up, put it in here, tighten it back up, finger tight, put things back together, you should be able to run. So that's a trick that Sloan doesn't tell you. We learn the hard way when it happens. And that's the main reason for valve run-on on this particular valve. So I can tell you this, the other part of frustration for, I know a couple of heads have been nodding because it's, this has been frustrating for a lot of people. When this setup is locked on here, and we shut the valve down, and now we think that we can take this ring off of here without relieving the pressure, we're fooling ourselves, because it takes a big, strong man with a 3 to 4 foot pipe wrench to take this off of here under pressure. So what you want to do, because it's not working, we can't just relieve the pressure without taking this nut off here, or taking the cap off and pulling the solenoid out. That's how you would relieve the pressure. Then you can just take it out by hand. Anybody done that before? Tried to work on them? If you have, what's that?
I haven't had to bleed them.
So 9 times out of 10, if it's not working and it's locked up, and you turn the stop off, you still have the head pressure here, it's almost impossible to get it off. And I've seen people rip the valve off the wall and blame the valve. Okay?